know, there's a lot of stuff that I do not agree with Kanye. But this one I'm gonna have to side with him because these are his kids. Anybody gonna be like that over their kid? I don't have kids. Now. I got a puppy that'd be like that over his ass. You know what I mean? Like, so I can't fault him.
No, you can't. That's like I said. When it comes to your children, it's no means. Right. There's no limitations of what you will go through to be with your children. You see, he bought the crib next door and he still can't get access. So that just showed me where it's like, yo. The system not made out for fathers, black fathers, minority fathers, fathers, period. Yeah. Because the system benefits off of that whole dynamic of co-parenting, single father, single mother. They profit off of it. So it's just about us, and we got to do better and handle our business in a way and choose better fathers and better spouses, better mothers.
Yes, everything. I think that's a lot of people sleep on what you just said, choosing better fathers and choosing better mothers. Yeah. You know, you got to make sure you got a choice to live with if you're going to have a person a baby with this person, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's a commitment for real. They saying I seen a meme that said they was like they say they was like being a wife don't mean shit no more. Like a baby mama get more than a wife. I'm like, that shit is sad. We finished as a culture. If this the standards, like we finished because.
But it's true though.
Expectations. I mean, it's true to an extent, but that's some shit that don't gotta hit the social media.
Right. No. Yes.
It's like
for sure.
It's certain shit where it's like we don't need that to be in public. So that's why I'm like, it's just the way us as a culture, entertainers, everybody, black people, we just got to handle our endeavors a little more, like how we do shit, like our dealings.
Right. No, I like how you said that, endeavors. I want to go back to the hoods again. You know, we talked about the Ralphs, how they took it out. Now, they're gentrifying the hoods like crazy.
Man.
I don't know about Detroit.
Man.
They do it. They getting it down there in Detroit too.
Detroit, LA, DC, check in. Gentrification.
I was reading
gentrification city.
Gentrification city.
Everywhere.
I was reading this thing and it broke my heart. It was this old lady. I don't know if you saw it. I can't remember exactly like verbatim, but it basically was an older lady. She came home and her house was basically like wrecked. They were tearing down her house. And she was like, who gave you all the permission? And basically she didn't, it was as if she didn't have a say so. And yeah. And she was a black woman. I forgot how long she lived there, but we all know, especially we all got those grandmas. Those houses, they've been in our families, our lives forever. So those houses mean something. If somebody took my grandma's house, I don't know what I would do. Like, I don't want nothing. I want more than anything to make sure I can make it so I can keep that house in the family. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's important to us.
That's the thing, man. It's like, we got so much learning to do on economics, everything.
Yes, we
everybody,
do.
We all, even in Detroit, like we all got that grandma who bought the crib, but she wasn't financially literate enough to pay taxes on the crib. Like I be talking to my homies out here in LA where I'm like, yo, to buy a crib in Detroit, you buy a crib 40, 50,000, even if you get it for 10. Like I can pass that down to my kids and they be financially literate enough to know where it's like, hey, taxes on this crib. $2,000, $1,500, $500 a year or whatever. But I'm seeing in Detroit that happened where they was gentrifying Detroit. Everybody was losing their cribs because you had these people that, hey, if you don't pay your taxes for a year or 2 years, your shit up for foreclosure. Right. And I got niggas. My nigga James, my Nigerian nigga James.
Shout out James.
James bought them cribs. So it's a system. You feel me? It's people that prey on those people and it's people that don't know. So we just got to know more because it's black people doing it, it's white people doing it too. But to speak on gentrification, period, in LA, I have a double-edged opinion about it because being from Detroit where I saw the city go through 60 years of black mayors. We had black mayors for 60 years. Ain't nothing came to the city. The city is through, finished. The city ain't been shit since the riots. It's still houses burnt down because of the riots in Detroit. Now we got a white mayor and all the money coming, all the gentrification coming. Dan Gilbert, he owned Quicken Loans. He owned the Cleveland Cavaliers. He moved to Detroit, started StockX. You feel me? That's all the gentrification going. Now you got the shit coming up Woodward. It's coming up here. But my thing is just to have a say on the Detroit situation. Us as people, it's like, yo, how long we gonna sit next door, and the crib next door be fucked up. People squatting in it, burnt it down. Ain't nobody taking care of it, and then you get mad because Farmer Jack or Farmer John pull up, and he wanted to fix it up, and it's like, hey, what was you doing? So with us, I feel like the system is in play for our ancestors and our grandmas. They didn't know, but now we know now. Where it's like, hey,
we're a lot more knowledgeable than
you. Got to pay taxes on that crib. So I'm seeing it in LA. Like I know nigga buy a $250,000 crib in LA. The taxes on that crib probably $2,500 and up a year. So that's something you gotta tell your kids. Then they gotta tell their kids. We gotta keep this crib in the family. You feel me? So another thing, that's the thing with gentrification. But one thing you may be talking about is things like eminent domain, when these Chick-fil-A's or these companies pull up, like the Coliseum or whatever, or the new stadium.
So fun.
Yeah, and they making people move out, and they buying them out, and they like, hey, we'll pay for the buyout, but you got to move down over here. So those, I don't like that version, the eminent domain shit that like Chick-fil-A's and militaries and churches can do. But at the same time, when it happens in the inner community, we got to look at ourselves. I'm going to tell you one thing, like that John and Vinny's on Slauson, fuck that John and Vinny's. Like, I ain't even from LA, and I can tell gentrification when I see it, because I don't even go that far. I don't go down there. You know where that John and Vinny's at? I think it's on Slauson and Sun. That boy, man.
I'm not sure.
That bitch so off the west. It ain't nowhere going that way. John and Vinny's. John and Vinny's is on, it's one on Fairfax. It's right across the street from the Supreme store. Everybody go to John. That's the hipster spot. They just opened one right on Slauson, right in the hood. Like, everybody mad about it because they like, yo, people don't even come this far.
Right.
And it's like now the point where LA getting at, you got to be privy to shit. Everywhere ain't safe. I've been here 3 years, and I know you can't go everywhere just because they said come. So I just feel like gentrification in LA is the message they giving. It's like, it ain't what you think. Like I live right by the new stadium. People get murdered, people get robbed every day over there because people seeing the tourists come in and they y'all sweet, y'all just parking wherever, y'all up. This what it is. So, and
then at the same time, it's affecting us though as a community.
I mean, it's a circle. They know what they doing. They
everything is a circle.
They want to push minorities out. It is what it is. But luckily in LA, y'all got Mexicans. You feel me? Y'all minority groups is big. So I just feel it's time to link up in a place like this and really y'all got numbers. So that gentrification shit, it can be handled.
I agree. It definitely can be, and I agree with I like what you said.
Take money.
Yeah, no, for sure, everything, right? Yes, that education. I think we as a community, though, as a Black community, we definitely need to be a lot more educated. A lot more. We yell and scream and cry for all these things, but we don't know.
I'm telling y'all, before you think of buying a crib in LA, buy a crib in Detroit. You can buy 4 of them in Detroit and pass them down to your generations on generations of kids. I'm not lying.
Nah, you're absolutely right. I was wanting to buy a house out here, but I'm second thinking that, and I'm originally from Florida, like I was telling you. I want to buy a house out there. You know, just
go to Africa though. Africa, you buy your land, it's ancestral land. You don't pay taxes on nothing. If I buy land in Africa right now, I pass it down to my daughters. My daughters pass it down. They don't pay taxes. You don't. That's why it's like land is land.
Yes, that's what we need to be investing in land. We need to be owning land.
You feel me?
Yes,
not the house, the land.
Yes, I'm with you, man. Next up, I want to get into my man Nip. You know, everybody knows he's the sole reason why I started this podcast. I love that man.
Shout out Nip.
There's a clip. I'm gonna have to play it for you guys. I'm gonna get it. But basically, it was a conversation between Black Sam and horrible. I can't remember. But it was Black Sam and somebody. Now.
It was a blogger or something, or was it like just a person in the hood, like a?
No, it was Black. He wasn't talking to somebody in the hood. He was talking to, I believe, a blogger.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you the clip.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah. So basically, Nip was set to be targeted by a secret LAPD organization, and it was called Operation Laser.
Dang.
Now, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. But, you know, prior to this coming out and me hearing about this, it was a lot of talks about when he first passed away that, you know, people were saying that he got taken out because he was making a Dr. Sebi documentary. Then a lot of people were saying he got taken out because because it was gang related shit. But now this, especially with LAPD, and this seems very likely. What would you,
man?
What do you think?
I know it's a little touchy. It's a double-edged sword. First of all, I'm from Detroit. Disclaimer. So you feel me? When I talk about this from an outside, you feel me, looking in, but I still got just a voice on it. But I believe it. It's crazy when I talk to cats in LA about it. I try to go over their head with that, and they shoot me down because with black people, we don't want to believe that no man is that big, that no man had power to be the Messiah. We want to believe that, man, no.
Everybody's like, nah, he lying.
A nigga around the corner killed that nigga. Man, so we can keep on waking up and just doing the same shit. If niggas found out the government really killed Nipsey, we would have to suit up. I would be like, hey, you tie your shoes up. We got to go to the LAPD, load your guns. Right. That's if we was on either side of those colors. You feel me? So that's what I just feel like we as people, we never want to look past ourselves and give that man his credit as being a Messiah. You feel me? COINTELPRO, you feel me? Look it up. COINTELPRO is the operation to find the Black Messiah. They kill every Messiah from Fred Hampton, the Black Panthers.
COINTELPRO, you said?
Yeah, COINTELPRO. It's Operation Black Messiah. They know that there will be a Black Messiah to rise. That's why they have killed everybody from Bob Marley to Pac to Nipsey. They feared the Black Messiah. This is what the Black Panthers was about. So they knew it back then. That's when they started it. When they was like, okay, so it's a possibility for a Black Messiah. They looking for this person. So that's why they use all of us to infiltrate each other. Look at Malcolm X. He got infiltrated. Black Panthers, infiltration. Nipsey, infiltration. You feel me? So it's like, you could look at each other and be like, oh yeah, black on black crime. It's easy to sweep it under the rug. But definitely. When you tell me how many sales this nigga had, my favorite Nipsey song is Rose Click. I ain't listened to Nipsey past Rose Click, but his message it reached me. So it's more than music with this man. Don't hold my nigga. You feel me? And I ain't even from LA. I'm just the man that believes in people being martyrs. Niggas like Pac. People,
you got my mind over here. I'm just thinking about
knowing people knowing they destiny. Even when Nip went to Eritrea and he seen the destiny, he knew what was gonna happen. He like, yo, I got to do this. So Nipsey was tied in. Don't do your research, man, and just get past each other. Let's stop thinking it's us killing each other. And it's like, bro, it's important people out here that niggas really trying to stop. You see that train? That train finally about to be up now, right? Even they looked up. I think Black Sam said they looked up all the police stoppings that happened, and it increased by like 80% since he opened that store, because the police was like, okay, he's gang affiliated, so he's going to have gang members pull up. So chances are, if we camp out over there and just arrest people, we gonna come up on drugs. Gang affiliations, we gonna come up on all this. And then that train, that's about to be the money maker. It's about to be able, if Nipsey store was still up, once that train up, we was gonna be able to pull up, go from the Marathon store all the way back to Beverly Hills. They don't want that. They wanted that money from that man. That's gentrification that we just talking about. That's how it worked. You got black people in power that got they hood locked up to the all the way from 58th on to whatever. Now y'all trying to expand, and y'all like, hey, we need that. Just like your grandma or grandma. Grandma ain't trying to sell. They gonna try to kill grandma. That's just what it is.
Yeah, you got me over here.
It's warfare, but it's like, I don't even know what kind of warfare to call it no more. Right. Because it's like it's spiritual, it's mental, it's biological. I don't know what kind of warfare they got.
That's wild to think about that in different terms and how you put it. That's, like I said, you got my mind over here just racing.
Tupac, everybody, man.
What is it? What's the name of that again? You said
COINTELPRO.
COINTELPRO. I'm gonna have to check that out.
COINTEL Pro. COINTELPRO.
I'm gonna have to look that up. So before we get out of here, though, I just want to let's get into you. Let's go ahead and talk about you. So you said you're from Detroit. How'd you get out here to LA? What brought you out here?
Man, I got out to LA.